Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Yes, it's Superman, strange visitor from another planet, who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. Superman, defender of law and order, champion of equal rights, valiant, courageous fighter against the forces of hate and prejudice. Today, the Man of Steel and Batman have found the bullet-ridden walkie-talkie belonging to Robin, but no clue to the whereabouts of Robin himself. We'll join them in a moment, but right now, here is Dan McCullough.
You know, I can't seem to figure out who's getting the most fun out of collecting comic buttons from packages of Kellogg's Pep, the fellows or the girls. I see the fellows busy as anything over at the playground, comparing notes on how many they've collected and swapping duplicates. Then, down the block, I see a bunch of girls ohing and ahhing over each other's collection and swapping duplicates. And I see a lot of girls' dresses and boys' caps and girls' jackets and boys' jackets sporting lots of these bright-colored comic buttons. So, you know, I've just about decided that both fellows and girls get a great kick out of collecting Pep comic buttons nowadays. And no wonder. Why, there's a doggone smart-looking, real, true-to-life pictures of such favorite comic strip characters as Periwinkle and Lillums and Superman himself. What's more, they're easy to get. You don't send in any money, not even a box stop. And you can't buy them anywhere. All you do is to make sure Mom gets plenty of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Inside every package, there's your exclusive prize. So get your comic buttons, gang, from P.E.P. Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now, back to the adventures of Superman.
Although Superman now knows that the mysterious bank robber who wears a costume similar to his own and is apparently possessed of amazing strength is not another superhuman creature, but only an impersonator of the Man of Steel, his problem is far from over. Because Robin, young companion of the famous Batman, has disappeared. In the village of Lordville, where Robin was last seen during a fight with the mysterious burglar, Superman and Batman received a message from the boy on a walkie-talkie radio. Robin said he had trailed the bank robber to a hideout and had then been discovered and pursued. He only had time to say that he was somewhere south of State Highway 17A when a fusillade of shots was heard, and the radio went dead. Carrying Batman, Superman scoured the countryside in the vicinity of the highway and finally discovered Robin's walkie-talkie in the deep grass of a deserted field. The portable radio was riddled with bullet holes. Now, holding the black box in his trembling hands, Batman looks at it in dazed bewilderment. Robin must have been shot.
We're not sure, Batman.
He must have been. Look, this walkie-talkie is full of bullet holes.
I know it is, but
he was talking to me on it when we heard the shots. He said they were coming after him, and they shot him. And
Easy.
He's dead. Robin's dead.
Now, don't jump to conclusions.
He is, I tell you. They had him trapped, and then they shot him.
Listen to me, Batman. Listen to me, please.
The boy...
He's
dead. Robin is dead.
You've got to listen. Robin may be all right.
How could he be? You heard the shots yourself. Look at this radio.
I know.
He was holding it, talking to me.
I know it looks bad, but Robin's a clever youngster. I won't believe anything happened to him until I see it with my own eyes. Now, come on, pull yourself together. We've got to look for him.
Oh, where'll we look? They finished him, and they took him away somewhere. Oh, those dirty rats. I'll get them for this. I'll make them pay for what they did if it takes me the rest of my life.
That's right. Get mad, then we can get to work.
I'll make them pay. I swear it. You hear me, Superman?
I hear you. Now, hang on to my shoulders. We're going upstairs.
Where?
Up where we can get a good view of this region. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go then.
Up! Up!
Now, let's see.
You flew over here before.
Only near the highway. No, it's all open country to the north and east. Just farms and a few villages.
Well, a gang of murderers wouldn't hole up in a small village. That'd attract too much attention.
Right. Of course, they might take over a farm, but that'd be pretty risky, too. No, same kind of country to the west. Hey, wait.
What?
That patch of woods to the south.
It's pretty small to hide in.
Looks smaller than it really is from up here. Let's have a look at that. Away!
See anything down there?
Not yet.
No, I didn't think you would. My hunch is they made for a big city. Maybe Metropolis.
Well, I'll be... Look, Batman.
What? Where?
Almost straight down. And a little to your right. See?
Oh, there are too many trees in the way.
Get ready for the shock of your life. Hang on now. Here we go. Down!
What the... Robin!
Batman!
Well, I see you two know each other.
And Superman. Listen, what happened to you up in the sky last night?
Never mind that. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm a little hungry, and I got a few ant bites in the cave where I was hiding. But apart from that, I'm ticking on all cylinders.
Oh, thank heaven.
But listen, we've got to go after the other Superman. He and his gang are up to something.
There isn't any other Superman, Robin.
That's what you think.
It was all done with mirrors, or let's say with a miniature dirigible and a long rope ladder.
Huh? Hey, wait a minute. So that's why that big ox walked all the way here. He was limping, and I
Never mind. You know, you scared me out of 10 years of my life.
Oh, what's 10 years to a young buck like you, Pappy?
Well, listen to the insolent puppy. I ought to turn you over my knee and tan your hide.
What did I do? I know I let the guys get away, but there were too many for me, and they had guns.
You never should have gone after the bank robber alone in the first place.
Oh, I had to. You were out cold.
Yes, and you left me lying there in the bank vault. A fine pal you turned out to be.
I knew you were okay, just knocked out. Gee whiz, somebody had to go after the guy. I thought he'd done something to Superman. But now he got away, and his other 3 pals, too.
Wait a minute, Robin. You said you trailed the man to his hideout. Where's that?
It's an old broken-down house just beyond these woods.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get over there.
Nobody's there, Batman. I can see it from here.
They scrammed right after the bank robber got there. First, they all ran out and kept looking up in the sky. Then they started packing up a car.
Mm-hmm. He must have told them the dirigible hadn't been at Lordville to pick him up. They were afraid it might have fallen into the hands of the police. Well, we may never find them now. Chances are they'll lie low.
No, they won't. They're up to something else. Something big.
They are?
What, Robin?
I don't know what, but it adds up to $50 million.
$50 million?
That's what I heard one of them say. A fat party with a fancy vest and spats. We're going ahead anyhow, he said. That was when they were packing up their car. There's $50 million waiting for us, he said, and we're going to get it tonight.
Tonight?
What else, Robin?
That's all. They spotted me right after that and chased me.
Oh?
I got away from them. That's when I called Candy Myers on the walkie-talkie.
Uh-huh.
Say, how come you answered, Batman?
Oh, we were with Candy in Lordville. Go on, then what?
They saw me and started popping at me like I was a clay pigeon. So I dumped the radio and made for these woods with them after me. I saw a little cave between some rocks, and I went in like a rabbit. I stayed there a pretty long time till I was sure they were gone. And then you two showed up.
Ah, so they're after $50 million, eh? Nothing small about them.
You said it. That's practically all the money in the world.
Well, not quite, but it's enough. Well, so I was right.
What about?
They plan to pull their big job tonight, the $50 million one, and blame it on me.
Jeepers.
And that means the robbery tonight will have to be along the same lines as the previous ones. Only this time, the money won't be donated to charity.
But $50 million? Why, there's not a bank in the country with anywhere near that much cash in their vaults.
I know, that's what's bothering me.
Say, wait a minute, wait. Maybe our strong-arm friend is planning to break into Fort Knox.
Sure, where all the gold is.
Oh, I doubt it. Gold isn't negotiable now.
Well, then what's the answer?
I don't know, Batman, but we've got to find out, and fast. Come on, let's check their hideout. It's just barely possible they may have left a clue behind.
Come on, it's just a mile or two.
I know a faster way than walking. You get under this arm, Robin. That's it, and you get under this one, Batman. There we are. All set?
All set.
Let's go.
Up and away!
Leaping up through the woods with Batman and Robin in his arms, Superman streaks to the hideout of the mysterious bank robber. We'll bring you the tense climax of today's episode in a moment, so keep listening. But first, here again is your announcer.
You know, nowadays, when you read the funny papers, you're reminded of those comic buttons all the gang's collecting from packages of Kellogg's Pep. And when you take a look at any of these Pep comic buttons, you're reminded of your favorite characters' adventures in the funny papers. Because those pictures are so doggone true to life that, well, you'd almost think that you're going to hear the siren on Smokey Stover's fire engine, or hear Orphan Annie's dog Sandy begin to bark, or hear Superman's famous up, up, and away. You see, every single one of these pictures is an accurate reproduction of one of your funny sheet favorites. It's done up in bright color, too, on gleaming white enamel buttons that look mighty classy when you pin them on your jacket or your dress or cap. Don't you feel like strutting around when you sport these classy buttons? But remember, there's only one way that you can get these pep comic buttons. You don't buy them anywhere, and you don't send in a single penny, not even a box top. Just make sure that Mom stocks up on that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Then get your exclusive prizes from P.E.P. Pep, made by Kellogg's, the greatest name in cereals. Now, back to the adventures of Superman.
Arriving at the broken-down farmhouse, which had been the headquarters of the mysterious bank robber and his henchmen, Superman, Batman, and Robin searched it thoroughly, but failed to find any clue to the gang or the $50 million theft scheduled for tonight. As we join our three friends now, they are in the weather-beaten barn.
Not a thing in here either. This is where they probably kept their dirigible.
I suppose so, but that doesn't help us now. Can't understand. Say, what's this?
Huh?
What, Superman?
There's a map under this loose floorboard.
A map?
Yes. Wait till I get it. Oh, let's see what it is. Uh-oh. Look at this, Batman.
Let's see. Oh, it's a map of the state.
Uh-huh.
What are those ink crosses on it?
They mark the towns our bank robber visited. See? Here's Glen Forest. There's Thomasville. Lindhaven. There's Lordville.
Uh-huh. Just the way we charted them on our map the other night.
Right. Now we know why they followed the course of a rough circle.
Why?
Because the miniature dirigible had a short cruising range. And the big valley country below Metropolis, with the large villages situated around the rim of the valley, was just right for their purposes.
Well, we know the answers to all the questions, except the $64 one now.
You mean the $50 million one?
Yes. Gotta find the answer before tonight.
How? Where is $50 million? All in one place, I mean.
$50 million. Something familiar about that amount.
I wouldn't mind being familiar with it.
I wouldn't even mind being friendly with it.
$50 million. Seems to me I read about it somewhere. It might... Wait a minute. I think...
What?
It's just a vague thought, but if I'm right... Oh, I've got to be right. Listen, you two, we've got a lot of work to do, and fast. Come with me.
Where to?
Outside.
What's up?
No time to explain now. My hunch is right. We may be able to stop the biggest robbery in history and meet my impersonator face to face. Right, come on now. Under my arms with you two again. And keep your fingers crossed. This hunch has got to pay off. It must. Up, up, and away!
Leaping up from the deserted farm, carrying Batman and Robin, Superman rockets away into the sky. What is his plan to foil the greatest robbery in history and to capture his impersonator, the mysterious bank robber who is apparently possessed of superhuman strength? Tomorrow's episode is tense and packed with thrills and action, gang, so don't miss it. Be sure to tune in, same time, same station, for the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature, appearing in Superman DC publications. Want to hear a scoop? A big scoop of Kellogg news? Well, listen to this. Kellogg's Variety is back. Yes, Kellogg's have scooped 6 of their most famous cereals into this grand variety carton. One carton containing 10 separate generous-sized packages. So now it's easier for Mom. She just gets Kellogg's Variety, and everybody at the breakfast table can eat his favorite cereal fresh from its own box. Makes breakfast more fun than a picnic. Ask Mom right away to get Kellogg's Variety. It's swell, no fooling. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.